Hi, it's me, Kat, and welcome back. Today, I would like to talk about the law of attraction. And I want to talk about some of the things that I do before I actually do any of my affirmations or mantras that may seem a little bit different from what maybe a few other practitioners use. But I do want to talk about it because I think it's really been working really well. And it's been bringing some really, really cool things into my life. First and foremost, it's important to raise your vibration beforehand. So what I like to say to do is actually do any of your mantras, affirmations before you go to bed and first thing when you wake up in the morning. And what I do is to be thankful for absolutely everything that I have. I think about everything that I'm grateful for before I fall asleep. So I'm grateful that I have a soft, comfy bed to sleep in. I'm grateful for my dog. He's protective, he's wonderful, he's sweet, he's hilarious, he's chill. I'm grateful I have a beautiful house to live in. I'm so grateful that there's running water and hot water in the house. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for my friends. I'm grateful for my phone so I can talk to my friends. I'm grateful for my computer so I can get on Facebook and meet up with old friends that I haven't chatted with for forever on Facebook now. So it's, going over all of those things that you're super duper grateful for, and you can just think about it. You don't need to write it down, but if you want to write it down, it's certainly, I think, a wonderful practice to be in is to be able to have. I used to write everything down in a gratitude journal, but now as I'm falling asleep, I just think about everything that I'm grateful for. I have carpal tunnel, so if you're like me and you have any carpal tunnel or something that really hurts, any kind of condition where you can't actually write anything down, just thinking about it. Just, you can say it out loud. You don't have to say it out loud. You can just think about it. It's bringing into your life more of that gratitude, and that gratitude of what you have just comes into your life even more. So for example, if I'm thinking about, oh, my money is depleting, what happens? My money depletes even more. So if I'm thinking about, oh my gosh, I'm earning so much money and I'm so grateful for it, then all of a sudden just more money comes into my life, more clients come into my life. And it's interesting because as I'm thinking about the clients that I want to have, all of a sudden they just, all of us come into my life quite unexpectedly. And I think part of it is because of this next phrase that I like to use. From my highest good and the highest good of all concerned, I now attract an abundance of love into my life. Because if I'm getting more love, then I can give more love out to people and animals that need me. Right? For my highest good and the highest good of all concerned, I am now attracting an abundance of money into my life. Therefore, I can pay all of my bills off on time, and I have money left over to do with whatever I want to. So if I want to donate to the SPCA, or if I want to donate to any kind of animal rescue, I can donate. So thinking about things in that way has totally changed things. Or even saying, for my highest good and the highest good of all concerned, instead of chasing after what I want and desire and need, I simply attract it into my life now. I simply attract what belongs to me into my life now. Or sometimes I do things a little bit differently, and it kind of rhymes, so it's kind of a fun little rhyme to say to yourself, but you're going to use several different phrases. I wrote down my notes here. I attract, I invite, I welcome, I accept, and I allow an abundance of love into my life now. And again, you can use, from my highest good and the highest good of all concerned, I attract, I invite, I welcome, I accept, and I allow an abundance of love into my life now. I attract, I invite, I welcome, I accept, and allow an abundance of money into my life now. I attract, I invite, I welcome, I accept, I allow an abundance of health and wealth into my life now. So it's these tiny little changes in maybe a little differently how I work. It's simply things have been coming into my life that I didn't expect. Different clients. I love working with bunny rabbits, and so I pet sit, and so I've been getting more clients that have bunny rabbits and kittens and cats and all those sweet things. And the funny thing is I was saying to a friend of mine that I just wanted to find a cute little barn job that would be great in the morning. And what do you know? She calls me one day. I get this text. She's like, "You need to see this barn." And so I meet her and the ladies who have horses at the barn, and it's just amazing. And I have really enjoyed working at this barn, and these ladies have one has several different foundations, and the other one, one of her best friends does like costume design, and of course that's something that I absolutely love following. And so it's just an amazing way things kind of flow into your life when you least expect it, in the most bizarre ways sometimes, but it's all fun and it's good. And I know sometimes you find these little bumps along the way, or you'll find that things maybe aren't manifesting into your life as quickly as you would like them, and I understand that because I've been there. So another thing that I like to say while I'm driving into work, or if I'm listening to music, I try to find positive, uplifting music to listen to, or I will pop on something that Leora Alexandra does, because I find her to be extremely uplifting and very positive. And it's once you start focusing on those positive words and affirmations and mantras, you do tend to bring more of that into your life. So what I like to do is just in the morning, if I don't listen to Leora, then I will just say it out loud. I'm grateful for more. I'm grateful for the fact that I have running water in the house. I'm grateful for the fact that the heat works in the house. I'm grateful for the fact that I have a working washer and dryer and all of those good things. So focusing on all those beautiful good things that you have in your life honestly does bring in more beautiful, wonderful things into your life. Because if you're kind of wallowing in things, and I know sometimes I like to wallow, it's I am the first to admit it, and if something gets me down and I get sad, I kind of get stuck into that little hole, and we all do it. I mean, we're all human. It's the human experience. So, and nobody is perfect. We all have flaws, and it's about embracing that fact that you're human. I got lectured the other day about something, and I was thinking, you know what? I'm human. I'm not perfect. I've never been perfect. I've never strived to be perfect. I've strived to survive and to get by. And I think that's the most important thing, is to focus on, in a healthy way, striving, being healthy, doing what needs to be done for yourself, instead of always focusing on what other people need from you. Because I know for myself, I'm a huge people pleaser, and if I don't make people happy and someone's disappointed in me, oh my gosh, do I get upset. And I know I'm not alone in this. So when you do something that maybe you wish you had done differently, instead of going all over all of the should'ves or would'ves or could'ves, you can't unless someone has a time machine that they haven't told me about, you can't just hop in a time machine and go back and change things. That would be great. But I mean, maybe things needed to happen the way they did in order for you to get to a place where you are now. So I think the important thing is to focus on the present. Focus on what you can do to be proactive, to change things in your life in order to get to that healthier mind space, get to that healthier place physically and emotionally, because health isn't just about, say, your sinuses or your stomach or your, you know, anything that is going on with you health-wise. Health also goes into mental health. And I know that this is kind of a stigma for a lot of people. If you start talking about mental health, people start thinking about people that are off their rocker, crazy or something, right? But not everyone is, you know, there's variance. Okay, not everything is black or white. There are all these shades of beautiful grays and shades in between, and no one is perfect. I don't know one person that's perfect. I know a lot of people that are wonderful people, and you know, they stop if a cat has been hit, take it into the SPCA to see if it can be revived or to help it in some way, and that's, you know, that's a beautiful thing. You can't always save every single animal, but if you can, would you take the time to do that, right? If you see someone suffering, if they've fallen down, or would you stop the car to help them, or would you just keep driving? Right? It's all about knowing how you are as a person and what you can do for others and for yourself. It's that idea of, I know, and I've worked in different rescues in the past. Yes, it's very challenging. It can be very sad if it's, you know, something happens to a cat or a dog, and you know, here you are having to, you know, nurse that animal back to health, and you're thinking, how can someone be so awful to an animal? And the more you think about that, kind of the more you see of it. So instead of, you know, dwelling on and wallowing in that negative aspect of things, try to change things around up in your brain and just say, look at all the goodness. Look at my friends who are so amazing. You know, they stop, they pick up a cat, they take it into the SPCA, or they find a dog and running around, take it into the SPCA to see if we can find its owner. You know, beautiful things like that. That's beautiful. Focus on those beautiful things. And that's what I like to try and do, because I know in this day and age, it's very easy to sit back and you can watch the news and you can, you know, see all these awful things about people, and you fall asleep and you're thinking about that after you've watched the news, and it's sort of like you seem to run into more awful people. It's like crazy, right? So instead of doing that, think about all of the amazing people you've met in your life, all their good qualities, and focus on that. And that's what I've been doing lately. And I've just been meeting more and more really, really amazing people. And it's so funny because as I like to watch TV later at night before I fall asleep. And I have to say, the weirdest thing, I've been living in like this surreal kind of world, because whether it's in the grocery store or just out taking Amora for a walk, I start seeing people that actually look like some of the actors in the shows that I'm watching. And I don't think it's actually the actors. I'm not, I don't know, that would be even weirder, but it would be fine if it is. That would be super cool. But they just resemble them so much. And, you know, it's so funny because Amour really responds to them because they look like those characters, and he watches the TV with me. So it's gotten to the point where a few times he'll take a double take. He takes a double take because it looks like someone that he's been seeing on the TV over and over again. So, for example, I like watching Heartland, Modern Family, Ghost Whisperer, you name it. But it's so funny because when we're walking around outside and then when we start seeing people that look like either characters in the TV show, or Amour starts seeing more little French bulldogs that look like Stella, Modern Family. We're like, and it's cute. It's really sweet. So you do start to bring into your life what you're, you know, seeing or looking at, or movies that you're watching. So be careful with what you're watching on TV. You know, is that something that you really want to bring into your life on a consistent basis? So you know, pay attention to those kinds of things. I think it's really important. Okay, thank you for watching. I truly appreciate it. If you like my content and you want to support my channel, I would super appreciate it. So if you want to hit that like button or subscribe, that would be awesome. Thank you. Bye.